All right, hello, folks, and welcome to the Mount Vernon Independent Film Festival. And we are here with.
My name is Aneesa Siddiqua. My film was Khushu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and please allow us to know more about your background when it comes to filmmaking. Like, what inspired you?
Yeah. I was actually never like really into films at the start. Well, I mean, I feel like everyone has some sort of like starting point, and I definitely would say like I love movies from the beginning.
Okay.
But for me, it was like throughout my entire, I guess, like education career, like throughout high school, I wanted to sort of go into like nursing or like becoming a doctor, any of those sorts, like because it was like the
Okay.
typical like rundown path for like I feel like a lot of like the SC immigrant like parents, like their children, a lot of them like would either become doctors, engineers, lawyers, etc. And I kind of got like sucked up into all of that. But for me, my senior year of high school, I decided to kind of do like a 180 because I've always known like deep down within I've been into like storytelling. I've always like loved to draw a lot, and like kind of just I wanted to sort of bring like two things together with like sort of like storytelling and like showing those things visually, and I felt like filmmaking was like the best career for that. And I had also like done a lot of like editing. I made like a lot of like animated music videos and kind of posted them on YouTube. They weren't that great, but like I tried my best. I was having fun, and I feel like that's the most important part. But I definitely like just like taking all of those things into account kind of made me realize like filmmaking might just be it for me. So I'm kind of figuring out as I go, honestly.
Okay. No, that's beautiful. So I hear a lot of like background in I guess ways of helping.
Yes.
And things in that nature.
Yeah.
So would you say that your form of storytelling is a way of helping, or like do you care about when it comes to storytelling, what is the aspects of it that you care about? Like, is it the topic, is it the message, is it the morals?
Yeah, I definitely say kind of all like what you had mentioned together. Growing up, a lot of like films I had watched that had like Muslim characters in it, it was always often portrayed as like very negative. And growing, it's like you see that and it's like kind of like, oh, is this how the world is going to perceive me? Especially like as like Muslim woman, you put on the hijab. Obviously, I don't have the hijab on, and I don't wear it. But like for other women that do, it's like it's such an like a powerful thing, and it signifies and it shows to people like, oh, you're Muslim. And so kind of like growing up with these films and seeing like them being portrayed as like villains or bad guys or like the enemy, etc. It's like, okay, like I'm a Muslim filmmaker, and in general, like I like to consider just myself as a filmmaker, like I just so happen like have these titles within it, but like for me, it was like I really want to like put out a message and kind of like show people that we're just like everybody else, like we do the same things as you, we all bleed the same color at the end of the day, and so although like I didn't go into the route of like getting my hands bloody or like with like IVs and like putting in needles and stuff like that, I feel like kind of filmmaking is a way for me to help people like realize there are different stories out there that need to be heard, and I kind of obviously I can't be the voice for all of them, but I'm hoping to somewhat at least voice some of them. So
Yeah, and that's beautiful. That's 100% beautiful. Like when it comes to filmmaking, I think of identity, and I believe that your comments like piggyback on that 100%. And we loved seeing your film. Can you tell us more about your film? Like, what did you want your audience to feel after? 'Cause I understand that you wanted to tell your story, but did you ever think about like, oh, I would love my audience to feel this, or oh, I would love to hear a different perspective of how the audience felt about my film? Was there any of that going on?
yeah, I feel like it was a lot of the opposite while making this film.
Okay.
I was constantly worried about what people were going to say, what they were going to think. It was like obviously like when making a film, it's like for some people like they want to make it for like cater to some sort of audience. But for me, it was like it feels a little selfish to say, but I kind of made this film for myself to it's kind of like an open diary almost, of, like into sort of like putting my ideas into like what I think of the hijab and like how I feel about it, and how like external pressures like kind of factor into that. And so I'm just like I can't remember.
No, it's all right.
It's really personal. Yeah. So it's like I was constantly worried about what other people were going to say. But when I had shown my film to like my classmates, like when we had to present like rough cuts, because this is a student film.
Yes.
And so like we were presenting rough cuts in class. We were doing like assembly edits and like all of those sorts. And so, you know, just hearing like their feedback and kind of seeing how, I guess, connected they were to it, it kind of made me realize like, okay, what is something I actually want to say with this film? And it's like, it's kind of like a lot, but like just like hearing people's initial like reactions and seeing how like they reacted to it so normally and being able to connect with it despite not being Muslim, I kind of like realized like, okay, like even if this story is like, because it's coming like such from a personal place, it's able to connect with other people, and I kind of saw the beauty in that. So I kind of might have gotten a little off topic, but just kind of like answering the best way I could. So yeah.
You 100% did. You 100% did. Like when it comes to, I was just talking to a few of my friends about this. Especially when it comes to art, like in general, vulnerability is the most attractive thing that a human can portray to another human being. It attracts everything. It attracts the good, the bad, the ugly. And when it comes to art, when you're able to show said vulnerability and, again, identity and your story and things like that, I truly can see how you are expressing yourself. And I feel like that's what art is all about.
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
So you heard it here first. Was there anything else that you wanted to let the lovely people know? Is there anything coming up, or you have any inspirations, or what are you watching?
Well, what am I watching? I'm currently into Cowboy Bebop.
Okay,
anime, anime.
We like anime here.
Yep. But no, I'm actually just kind of working on like just generating ideas for my senior project, because I'm going into my senior year of college, which is both exciting and very nerve-wracking.
Yes.
You know, it's all going so fast. But I'm just kind of working out the details of it. But you know, hopefully once I have everything like, you know, down, and I can like start putting the word out there and like sharing like to people like what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, other than that, I would say, you know, continue to support local film festivals. Mount Vernon Independent Film Festival has been great so far, and it really helps like get people to, you know, sort of connect with one another, and for them to really get to know each other and find like hopefully their people in filmmaking. So
100%. And actually, since you brought that up, I always love talking about community. So when it came to making your film, right, I believe that every crew is a community in itself, right? No matter how long you're together or short together. Like when it comes to like community, what do you think of when it comes to like your art form of creating films and things like that?
Man, I mean, like right off the bat, I really loved my crew. They were amazing. Love you guys. You guys were great to work with. But like when it comes to community, I think finding people who really care about like what you care about, and kind of them also supporting you in like these like crazy ideas that you might have, is really important, because those are like the people that are gonna really help you become who you are. And for like, honestly, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that's what I think of community.
Well, thank you again for your comments, and go ahead and tell them your film one more time.
My name is.
And, no, your name as well. Your name and your film.
My name is Aneesa Siddiqua, and my film is Khushu.
All right, and you heard it here first, folks.